When I was younger, they told me that like idle hands were the devil's playground. And it's kind of true. If I sit still, like I start getting a little self-destructive, like I don't feel productive or I get really lazy. Doing my art is like a discipline for me to be able to continue, you know, just to stay on point pretty much. My name is Nina Parks. I am a jewelry designer, photographer, and aspiring Renaissance woman, like I'm a Jane of all trades, master of myself. So 8 years old, it was when I started making origami crane earrings. The cranes are a symbol of peace, longevity, and long life. Like the story of 1,000 cranes is that if you can make 1,000 cranes, you get one wish of health, right? I've definitely made more than 1,000 cranes within my lifetime, and it's gonna continue to go. The symbol itself reminds me that I'm searching for a certain sense of peace. The cranes for me are like this meditation, and me being able to like reflect upon like conflict, be able to reflect upon the beauty that I share in this world with other people, and like it goes into the whole process of creating those cranes is just remembering that peace can exist in this world. I was born in San Francisco. I moved around a lot. I'm kind of like a nomadic person. I got involved in jewelry design when I was 8 years old. So my uncle, Danny from New York, taught me how to do basics, like how to bend the wire, how to piece things together, what tools that I would need to use. He made these little business cards when I was 8, and my first little business was called Creations, and I used to sell earrings to my mom's friends.
I've been riding this bus since I was like 8 years old, right? Because my mom and my dad work full-time, right? So they would just send me and my brother on the bus to go to our activities, whether it was gymnastics or karate or taking art classes over at the museum or whatever it was. Me and my brother spent a lot of time on the bus as kids. So I have to say that I found a lot of myself as an artist on the bus as a kid. You know?
I was a runaway. Like I was constantly out of the house. When I was younger, I did like a lot of drugs when I was a kid. I started like drinking and smoking when I was like 12 years old. By the time I was like 15, I was dropping like ecstasy in class. You know, I ended up dropping out of high school when I was more or less 15, 16 years old. New Mexico was an interesting experience. I was sent to a ranch school. I was like shipped out on a plane. 6 o'clock in the morning, they're like, your stuff is already packed. All you need to do is get on this plane and you're going to New Mexico. So it was like 400 miles away from Albuquerque in the middle of nowhere, right? It had cows, it had pigs, it had chickens, lots and lots of horses, and I was there for a year and a half.
So after New Mexico, there was just a whole bunch of exploration, right? When I went to school, I traveled, I partook in a lot of different artist movements that were happening in the Bay Area, primarily the hyphy movement. From there, when I started looking at what everybody else was doing, I got really, really inspired to just start creating. And the origami crane earrings especially, I gave them as gifts to people during Christmas, and they wanted to give gifts, like them as gifts to other people, and it just created from there. Like, I don't know, it was almost magic. This is my hood, the Excelsior. I didn't always live out here though. This is basically my home base. The Excelsior is where my heart is. So that's why a lot of the stuff that I do is out here.
Ultimately, Nina Parks is an idea, right? The last name Parks comes as a reference from Gordon Parks, known as the Renaissance Man. Gordon Parks said something very interesting, right, that I'd take with me, which was, I could have picked up a knife or a gun like most of my childhood friends did. But instead, I chose the camera as my choice of weapon in order to combat all the things that I find ugly about this world, and generate and create something beautiful that other people may be able to relate to. So, it's an idea. It's the fact that I want to hit hard in everything that I do and be able to like create beauty into this world. Like I really try to use natural stones in the earrings that I create, because stones are supposed to hold certain healing properties, right? And I want, you know, the people who wear that to be able to like carry that with them, you know?
I definitely, when I feel them, you know, I'm looking for like the energy the beads have. That's why when I grab them, I just like hold them in my hand to kind of feel what kind of energy like I pull off of them.
All right, earrings. Although they are representatives of peace, there's something very strong and like militant about the way that my cranes hang, and observing the crane through my own martial arts. They're graceful and all of that, but they're swift and they hit hard and fast. So I have a website, www.ninaparks.com. Somebody ordered a pair of earrings for somebody. It looks like it's actually a gift, so hopefully, you know, these go to a really good home in New Jersey tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they send me a picture back. I always love that. Like, I would like to see where my artwork goes, but because I put them in stores, sometimes I don't know, right? Like someone orders it and I never know where they go, or like how it looks or how they rock it or what it means to them. So trying to keep 2 stores stocked and then stuff online, and then also like the little sales that I have here and there, like it's constantly creating.
Right now we are boxing all of them up, all of the cranes up here at Premium Blend to give them new inventory for their store.
Challenges that I face as an artist. One, I guess, is really trying to define what is my art, you know? Like, I'm so interested in so many different things that I find that I bounce all over the place. I guess like just trying to hone it in and like focus, that's my biggest challenge as an artist. It's something that I learned about myself, like in practicing my art, is that discipline is really, really important. I'm starting to learn patience, like how to be patient with myself and developing myself and developing my craft and being able to get feedback from people. I just want to create something that people can relate to and can bond with and love with. Like my art is love, you know, I put my whole heart into everything that I do. But my hope for the future is that people will learn how to love. However I can contribute to that is what I want to do.